Dudes, I'm going to be honest, I could probably tear up right now. I have been waiting for the contents of what is inside this box for months now. As of recording this, it is Tuesday, November 11th, the official release day of Adam Christopher's new novel, Master of Evil. Adam Christopher, great author. You might know him for a ton of stuff. He wrote one of my favorite Star Wars books of all time, Shadow of the Sith, came out a couple years ago. This book is phenomenal. If you have not read it, please go pick it up. Now, in this box is a copy of Master of Evil, as well as the prequel to Master of Evil, in a sense, the Revenge of the Sith novelization by Matthew Stover. Random House Star Wars Lucasfilm recently released a new special edition of that book, which everybody, rightfully so, was super stoked about and is super stoked about if you have not already received your copy. The Revenge of the Sith novelization is by far one of, if not the best Star Wars novel ever written. It is so good. It's honestly one of the best books ever. I know I'm a biased Star Wars fan, but truly, that book is so great. If you love Revenge of the Sith, the book just makes it even better. And inside of this box is both of those books and some other stuff I've heard about. Sometime at the beginning of this month, I was contacted by Random House to ask if I would want to get a package for free with both of those books. And I just about fell to my knees because, oh my gosh, is Master of Evil not one of my most anticipated Star Wars projects of 2025? And it's just, I mean, look, you guys know I love Star Wars. To get a Star Wars package like this in the mail, it is immensely cool. So we're going to open it up. We're going to see what's inside of it. Okay, where's the flap? Hold on, I got to cut this. Okay, the seal has been cut. Let's open her up. Oh, dude. Okay, first off, we got a poster. They were giving these out at New York Comic Con. Adam Christopher was there signing copies of this poster. Look at that, dude. The art for this cover of Master of Evil is so dang cool. I know I don't have a lot of wall space over there, but this will be going up on the wall at some point in some area. Okay? Oh, and now I have already seen this copy. This thing is gorgeous. The deluxe edition of Revenge of the Sith, the novelization. It's annotated by Matthew Stover as well. The story of how this book came to be is phenomenal. Actually, Grayson, my co-host on Determined Focus, at Mortis FM, he got to interview Matthew Stover at Legacy Expo a few months back. That you can find on the channel here. Go watch that interview. Matthew Stover is great. Grayson is a big fan of Matthew Stover, and he does a phenomenal job interviewing. So please go watch that if you have not done so already. Really cool stuff. And Matthew Stover is just a really great guy. But, dude, this is... Okay, let's take a look. It's got the sleeve, right? And then the book sleeve is actually transparent. Dude, look at the Dulan Mustafar artwork down there. Now, I already know this is in here. Oh, there's a note in here. Wait, what is this? We're going to take a look at that and read that. Okay, so there's a signed autograph from Matthew Stover for the book, which is insanely cool. I'll slide that over. The front of the book has this Return of the Jedi. So the front of the book, when you open it up, has this concept art of Anakin Skywalker and Padme from Revenge of the Sith. He's got that ponytail that he was supposed to have for a little bit before they decided against it. And then the back of the book from the table, dude, with Vader on the table is Palpatine. Yeah, dude, just the back over there. Oh my gosh. So we read this on Tales from the Archives, and this is truly one of the coolest books of all time, especially for any Star Wars fan, but not even just Star Wars fan. It's just a great read overall. And then on the side, dude, the like shiny red of the paper there, this is how it feels to be Anakin Skywalker forever. It's awesome, dude. I have not had a chance to go through the copy that I didn't know I was getting this. So Grayson was nice enough to send me a copy back there. But yeah, I truly cannot wait to go through the annotations on here. And now it's signed. Let's see what this note is all about. Dear reader, 20 years ago, author Matthew Stover had an opportunity and a problem. He had just been asked to write the novelization for Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, which at the time was to be the culmination of the Star Wars saga. The book would release weeks before the film, and thus would be the first true experience of Anakin Skywalker's final transformation to become Darth Vader. And that was the problem. Everyone knew how Revenge of the Sith was going to end. Everyone had known since fans first discovered that Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker were one and the same. To solve the problem, Stover knew he couldn't just write a straight novelization. He needed to do something different, something bold, something that would take the final story of Anakin Skywalker's downfall and turn it into a full Greek tragedy. Dude, I am getting chills reading this. The operatic scope of Star Wars dialed all the way up to 11, the doomed romance of Padme and Anakin, the equally doomed bond of brotherhood between Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the fall of the Jedi and the Republic laid bare. In doing so, Stover knew he had to eschew the mechanics of simple plot for complex, emotional exploration of what it felt like to take part in, experience, and even be responsible for all that tragedy. This is how it feels to be Anakin Skywalker forever. We're celebrating this book not only because it and the film it's attached to has a landmark anniversary. We're celebrating this book not just because it's the Star Wars book that has inspired and influenced writers of Star Wars books and other media as much, if not more, than any other. We're celebrating this book because readers like you have kept the legacy of this story alive for more than 2 decades, which helped make an edition like this possible. We're celebrating this book because when you have a book this good, this special, and this enduring, that's what you do. Thanks for reading. May the Force be with you. Tom Holer, editorial director, fiction, Random House Worlds. Dude, that should be a movie trailer for this book. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. If you don't already, you need to pick this up. What are you doing? It's in stores now. You can find it online. Thank you, Star Wars and Random House Worlds, for sending this over. Could not be more excited about this. And now, a book I have not read yet. Well, okay. I listened to the first, not the first chapter, but the prologue to the book on Audible, which, if it wasn't exciting enough to get this book from Adam Christopher, the cherry on top for all of this, at least for me, somebody who reads while listening to the audiobook, Mark Thompson does the narration for the audiobook, which I listened to the prologue this morning on my way to work and while getting ready before leaving the house today. Dude, I cannot wait to crack this bad boy open. This is awesome. Okay, on the back of this, it says, "You have a thirst for power, Lord Vader. This I am pleased with, but it is your thirst for knowledge that I find interesting. Perhaps you saw something in the cave on Mustafar." Vader still did not speak, but he lowers his head in supplication to his master once more. "Or perhaps something in that cave saw into you." Dude! I cannot wait. Awesome cover, obviously. Adam Christopher, can't wait. Let's open this boy up. There's a note in here, too. That's really cool. After Revenge of the Sith, a newly forged Darth Vader hunts for the secrets of life and death under the watchful eye of Emperor Palpatine. So this is also got a signature from Adam Christopher in there. That's extremely cool. And then this note Adam Christopher wrote this one. That's really cool. "Dear reader, sometimes I have to pinch myself. My first Star Wars novel, Shadow of the Sith mentioned, is a book about Luke Skywalker and Lando Calrissian. My second Star Wars novel, Master of Evil, is a book about Darth Vader. It's easy to say those names, Luke Skywalker, Lando Calrissian, Darth Vader, but let's take a step back for a second. These are not only 3 of the most popular characters in Star Wars, but 3 of the most famous characters in pop culture history. It's a cliche, but to say my 8-year-old self would be delighted is something of an understatement. Writing characters that people have known and loved for nearly 50 years now comes with a great deal of responsibility. You have to get them right, and if you don't, people are going to know instantly. This is one of the challenges of writing Star Wars, and one of the reasons I love it so much. Fitting a brand new story into an existing mythology, exploring a new aspect of an older character, exploring a new aspect of an old character, taking them on an adventure that is not only exciting and enchanting, but also slots straight into a pantheon of stories that has been built by a universe of amazingly talented people. Yeah, that's something special. Dude, this is awesome. Master of Evil takes place right after the events of the third and final installment of Star Wars prequel. Master of Evil takes place right after the events of the third and final installment of the Star Wars prequel trilogy, Revenge of the Sith. It's a fascinating period of galactic history. The Old Order has been swept away. The Sith have had their glorious triumph over the Jedi. And beside the new Emperor stands a strange and mysterious and powerful figure. Cloaked in night, his face hidden behind a skull-like mask, Palpatine's enforcer is an enigma. Nobody knows who he is or where he came from, but all too soon they learn to fear him and the power he commands. Master of Evil was a great opportunity to explore a period of Star Wars history, not just through Vader's red-tinted vision, but through the eyes of those around him who aren't sure whether they should be taking his orders or running away as fast as they can. I hope you enjoy this book as much as I enjoyed writing it. It's dark and scary, just like Vader himself, and as always, may the Force be with you, Adam Christopher. Extremely cool, dude. So just to recap, I was sent a box in the mail from Random House Worlds with one of the, if not the best Star Wars novel of all time, and one of the quickly approaching new classic Star Wars novels written by one of the best Star Wars authors, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion, of all time, Adam Christopher. Revenge of the Sith, the Deluxe Edition, and Master of Evil by Adam Christopher. I could not be more appreciative to Star Wars and Random House Worlds for sending these over in that box, as well as the poster that's absolutely going up on my wall. And like I said, Adam Christopher's Master of Evil is my most anticipated project for Star Wars in 2025. And I am so stoked to get this, and I am so appreciative to Random House Worlds for them sending this over. Look, to get real for a second, I've been making Star Wars content for a long time. I've been yapping about Star Wars my entire life. I've loved Star Wars since I was a kid, literally since I was like 3 years old. I love Star Wars. It is ingrained into my DNA. I will be talking about it with my kids. I talk about it with my wife to the point where I am sure they are tired of hearing me talk about Star Wars in the way that I do. It's truly my favorite thing in the world. And as a Star Wars creator, there's that thing of being sent something by a company or by Star Wars themselves, just as a, hey, we know you like Star Wars. Do you want us to send you something? And there's a bunch of other creators who I'm friends with who get stuff like that. And truly, it's getting that email of like, hey, can we send you this? Like I said, as somebody who's been making Star Wars content for a long time, it's exciting. I am so honored. I am appreciative of being thought of as somebody who maybe they would want to take the time to send these things out to, these Star Wars pieces of history that I know they just came out, but truly they will end up being part of the Star Wars history. I mean, you can see behind me, it's like, I just love physical Star Wars things, and I love Star Wars books, and I love Star Wars stories. But it's also kind of a validating thing. I can't say that a lot of the time I think I'm necessarily doing the right thing. I know what I think is best in the moment. I'm doing the best that I can all the time, or at least I'd like to think I am. I know I could always be doing better, whether it's content or editing or a clip or a graphic or whatever it is. There's always more to learn, just like Star Wars and Star Wars trivia, if you've seen any of those videos that I do. But truly, it is a validating thing of like, hey, we see you, and even if this isn't actually how it goes, this is just in my interpretation. It's extremely validating to get something like this in the mail or be offered to have something like this sent to me. So, not to get emotional or anything, but it was extremely cool. Look, like I said, I've been doing this a long time. I've never been sent a PR package before. I've never been sent a press package or like an influencer package, if you will. I definitely don't consider myself that, an influencer, I mean. And, yeah, I mean, just getting this and getting that box is It's extremely cool, and I am extremely thankful and I am honored to have gotten it. I love Star Wars. I love supporting Star Wars and its creators and its authors and its illustrators and its artists and the people who make Star Wars. And to be able to talk about it in such a way that hopefully those people, if they are ever to see it, know that I am coming from a place of only passion and only love for that galaxy far, far away that we all escape to. And for me, escapes to every 2 minutes. This has been a longer video than I thought it would be, and I didn't really think about talking about that. But yeah, once again, thank you to Random House Worlds and Star Wars for sending this over. The poster as well. It's extremely cool. I love Star Wars, and I love Star Wars stories, and I could not be more grateful to have this. I'm just going to keep saying thank you to Random House Worlds for sending this over. Yeah, may the Force be with you. Your focus determines your reality. Bye-bye.